Yeah, good morning, students. In this particular session, we would like to discuss about pointers and structures. So, I would like to share my screen. So, hope my screen is visible to you. So, in the previous CDT, so we had a discussion on array of pointers. So, summary of this previous CDT is that we had a discussion on pointer variables, which are also known it as address type variables. So the pointer variables are used for storing the address of any variable. So pointer variables are used to store the address of the array variables also, because the arrays are stored in a sequential manner. So we can store the addresses of each individual element of the array in a pointer. So which we can say it as an array of pointers, we can call it as. So just like array of integers, you can declare array of pointers like this. So int star p of 5, that means p is a array of pointer variable which can store 5 integer addresses into it. Okay, so like this we discussed about how the array of pointers can be used for storing integer arrays, as well as array of pointers can be used for storing of character arrays. Now the today's topic for discussion is pointers and structures. So the lecture objectives of this today's session is that this session will develop the students' knowledge on using pointers, how we can access the members of the structure. Lecture outcome is that after completion of the session, students will be able to develop the code in C language to access the structure members using pointer concept. So now coming to this structures and pointers. So already we know that structures is a user defined data type which is used for combining of different data type elements. And we discussed about array of structures, and then unions we discussed that. So now just like if you are declaring a pointer to an integer variable, similar to that you can declare a pointer to a structure, pointer to an array. Just like that, you can also declare a pointer to a union. Okay. So the structure pointer points to the address of the memory block where the structure is being stored in the main memory. So like a pointer that tells the address of another variable of any data type. It may be a basic data type or it may be a user defined data type in the memory. So we use a structure pointer which tells the address of the structure in memory by pointing the pointer variable to the structure variable. So how do we declare a pointer to a structure? So the declaration of a pointer to a structure is similar to the declaration of the structure variable. Just struct structure name star PTR. So this is what PTR is, a pointer variable of structure type. So how do we initialize this? PTR is equal to ampersand structure variable. So it will, now the PTR pointer is pointing to the address of this particular structure. So we can also initialize a structure pointer directly during the declaration of a pointer also. So structure name star PTR is equal to ampersand structure variable name. So we can also combine this declaration as well as initialization into a single statement, just like a variable declaration as well as initialization can be done in a single state. Then how do we access the structure members using the pointer? So there are two ways to access the members of the structure using structure pointer. So one is by making use of asterisk or indirection operator and the dot operator. Okay, so both star and dot operator can be used for accessing of the members of the structure. And the second method is that using the arrow operator, we can access the members of the structure by using the pointer to a structure. So these are the two different ways of accessing the structure members through the pointers. Now we will see this with an example. The both methods we will see with an example here. So the method one, if you take here struct student, so student structure will have this data members as name, roll number and age. Now we are initializing and declaring a structure. Struct student S1 is equal to John comma 123 comma 20. So now we are declaring a pointer to a structure. Struct student star p is equal to ampersand S1. Now p is a pointer pointing to this S1 struct student variable. Fine. So using this P variable, we want to access the members of this S1 structure. How you can access that? So there are two ways of accessing here. So we are making use of star P dot name, star P dot roll number, star P dot age. So this is the one first method of accessing the members of the structure. So everything will be same here, declaration and initialization of the pointer variable in both the methods, first method as well as second method will be same up to this. Now here when we are accessing this members, just we can use in place of this star and dot. So P arrow name, P arrow roll number, P arrow age. So this is the second method of accessing the members of this particular structure. Arrow operator, we can use that. So these are the two methods of accessing the structure members by making use of a pointer to a structure. Now coming to this reflections part 1. So what is the output of the following program? So any students will have any idea? Can you answer this? Fine. So we declared a structure point which is having two integer variables int x int y, and p1 is a structure point type variable. Now struct point star p equal to ampersand p1. So now we are trying to print star p dot x star p dot y, p arrow x and p arrow y. So here what it is going to print, that we are trying to access the structure point variable values x and y values, we are trying to access that with these two methods. Okay, we have not initialized this x and y. So that is the reason you may be getting a garbage values you may get here, because we are not initialized structure members. So garbage values of x and y may be displayed here. Fine. So if you initialize that, the initialized values are going to be printed. So that is what the answer. So if you are not able to answer this, please watch the video from the beginning. So LOs are revisited here. After completion of the session, students will be able to develop the code in C language to access the members of the structure using pointer to a structure. So the summary of this today's session is that pointer variables are also used to access the structure members. So declaration of a structure pointer is like this: structure name star ptr. Initialization of the pointer is nothing but structure pointer is ptr is equal to ampersand structure variable. Now ptr is a variable pointing to that particular structure. So these two we can also combine. Okay, and there are two methods we have seen that. So one method is star p dot member name. Okay, star p dot member name, that is one way of accessing. Okay, and another way of accessing is that by making use of what we are calling it as arrow operator. So this is a p arrow name. So this is how you can access the member name from this particular structure. So these are the two ways of accessing of the structure members that we have seen with an example program. Fine. So any doubts you have? I hope if you don't have any doubts, the lecture level practice problem, now you can solve this. Develop a C program to demonstrate the accessing of members of an employee structure using pointers. So you can assume any members in the employee structure which are relevant, like employee number, employee name, salary and department and designation you can take, and try to access those members using the pointer to a structure. Fine. So these are the further readings on this particular topic. So you can refer this contents for further readings. Fine. So thank you one and all for your patient listening.